Hey guys, so today I want to make a special video today about how to make a good scary monster. Now, of course, a lot of people already discuss about this, but not a lot of people go upon a lot of detail of it because you can't just have hidden away the monster and you reveal it in the end. You can have because again, like, you must have a really good and effective monster. A lot of people aren't really a big fan of the Quiet Place monster because how it does not make any sense biology wise, and I could full on agree it's stupid. And because the fact that its armor is strong, bullshit. If its armor is super strong, then how come it's an organism? That means its armor can be destroyed as well. Granted, it fell in the meteor, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. There's hundreds of astronauts that survived through such a fall. But whatever. Hopefully the sequel will explain the plot points there, will explain its creature exactly and how does it function. But hopefully that's the case. And, it's just a shame because, oh my goodness. It's just a shame that a lot of people went down with these monsters so low and don't have really good creativity with them. Especially CGI, it's nothing impressive. Anyone could CGI a monster. Anyone could CGI a thing, because it's easy to do. But yeah. Sorry about that, I had to take a little break. Yeah, I know, it was 2 minutes after. I know, it's been that long, huh? Anyways, I'm still working on my other films too. It takes a little while, so be patient, please. Thank you for all these subscribers and all the support. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much this means to me. And then let's talk about the main thing, the most important thing ever, the story and its genre. Story in the genre is the most important thing ever. You can create your characters to whatever it can be, but the most important thing, create the characters with flaws and create characters with they're very fucked up, and you create characters that are extremely likable. It really all depends on its story and its its genre of horror. Because when it comes to horror, it's not something that you could clump up one word and you expect that everyone's going to like it. No, the horror comes in many, many different forms. You can go with comedy horror, where it's like Evil Dead, for instance. Or it could be sci-fi horror, where it could be like Aliens. Or it could be a psychological horror, and it could be like Eraserhead. Or it could be a ghost, supernatural horror, where, like every other fucking movie. Or it could be a slasher film, a slasher horror, where it's literally a bunch of serial killers coming around and just gonna stab you, and then gonna, or survival horror, where it's like Predator, where the guy's he's doing all the survival tactics to take down the predator. Or action horror, same thing, Predator, where it's literally having a bunch of badass soldiers just ripping and tearing all these people, and then once they're returning back, they're being hunted down by this monster, and they're all shitting their own pants. And it's a perfect thing for a segue of a perfect genre. Create in the beginning where it's all of that first genre, like Predator, where it makes it act like it's an action film, but it's not really an action film. It's a multiple genre film, where the first segment of the film is action. These badass dudes, they're gonna go and fucking rescue a bunch of people, and then they end up killing all these bad guys and stuff. And what they didn't know, that this guy named Mac has fucked them over and stuff, you know? And especially, like, that's a perfect, you know, short film of that action scene, of that whole action segment of the beginning. But then it completely, like, ripped out of the rug and revealed that it's a horror movie. And basically, yeah, and it's so perfect. And you could create the same way in any type of genre, whether through an action, romantic, whatever. You can create a really good way. Just remember, have it in the middle. The horror should be in the middle and through the ending. A lot of mistakes I see in horror movies is where they instantly show it off that it is a horror film, and yeah, and okay, and then everyone's gonna be expecting a jump scare. Everyone's gonna be expecting everyone's gonna shit themselves, and of course they got their pants up. So of course, yeah, no problem. You see, this is why when it comes to multi-genre, the first segment of the movie should be a whole different genre that stay away from the horror. And once the middle part hits and the horror hits, and it just makes everyone shit their pants. Because it's the horror that just that is freaking swept out of the rug and just revealed itself. That's a horror film. But it's also a multi-genre movie. So it makes it perfect for that type of horror movie. Or horror game. Whichever you want to prefer. Same thing as Batman Arkham Asylum. Where Batman, you're doing some cool Batman action shit. And then you end up walking this hallway. And then this stuff happens. Out of nowhere, you see, like, scarecrow. You see, like, freaking bugs start clawing all over the place. You start seeing walls keep falling apart. And you see your dead parents over again in the morgue. And then you reveal it's Scarecrow. This is why I keep seeing weird shit. It's Scarecrow. And it's Scarecrow is a really good way of breaking the fourth wall too. And also, it's a great way to give a surprise. Because it's like so weird hallucination shit right here. It's super trippy at times. And it doesn't help either that Scarecrow is so fucking terrifying. And just really good. I love his character in Arkham Asylum. I just wish that the other one did the same way. But they're like, nah, fuck that, bro. But whatever. Anyways. And what I like about this type of surprise is, like, it's been ripped out of the rug and it creates a really good tension. Because you can have the supernatural with it, and you have a twist with it that all this is just hallucinations that this person's been suffering from, or this person's been drugged, like Scarecrow, and the villain he's just a regular guy who just wants to experiment on people. You know? Those are good ideas. Those are perfect. It gives a great suspenseful horror. But whatever. Anyways, so, and then also, don't reveal your monster like right in the beginning. That's true. But also create a really good suspenseful cool things. If your monster doesn't really have anything like supernatural powers, no shape-shifting abilities, no like evolution traits where it transforms to different stages of that monster, if it's not a parasite, if it's not a person, or it doesn't disguise itself and look like a person, okay then have a monster where it's completely hidden the entire time. Never reveal your monster. Create a monster where it looks like it's blended in the environment. Look like a monster that Like from Beowulf, for instance. Beowulf does a really good job of how the way it revealed the monster, but in an abstract, blending in the environment type style. When they show Grendel's mom, she's always like in the water, or in the the reflection of the shield, or disguised in treasure because her skin is gold, and so that's fucking creepy. And you always see her in her first person perspective, and so you don't even know what the creature actually looked like. Oh well, until you see the action figure, then yes, you do. But still, it's really good with horror, with that type of style. And do something like that. Do something really cool and creative with that. And yeah. And you could create a monster, or you could create a creature that's only in one scene. Like, for instance, Annihilation, when they reveal the monster, the bear, who literally mimics their victims' screams and their voices and shit. That's so creepy. And it doesn't help either that the bear is so fucking huge, and the side of his skull has a human skull on it, like merged with it, and it's creepy. So goddamn creepy. And I love it. It's so genius how the way they did with the monsters. And good job, buds. Anyways, so you could create monsters just like that. You could create a simple, like, creature, you know, like from Descent. It's a perfect film like that. They create a really simple monster, but the monster is the thing that what blocks the main character's goal to try to get the fuck out of there. And then it's so perfect how you could create a multi-genre film where it's about, like a happy film, and then in the middle of the movie it's horror, and then the ending of the film it's action, it's survival horror, and it's really perfect for that type of genre. But hey, that's really good. So you can have a character, and you must have a monster at least have a weakness, because everything has a weakness. You can't create a monster that doesn't have a weakness. That's stupid. Unless it's Cthulhu, then okay, then we're fucked. But create a thing where it's Cthulhu should be something like Sauron. It's something that's like been hurt, like everyone's telling of it how fucking terrifying it is, or what horrendous stuff that it does to people. And create a really cool like flashback at the beginning, showing how horrible Cthulhu really is and what it could do if it was rise again. Create cool stuff like that. I don't care. Unless you want to create a cosmic horror type movie, then do the same thing when I told you. Create something that's a whole different genre, and in the middle and the third act of the film, both those will be horror. That's all of it. But you can have in the ending could change it to a different genre. Have it where it's like a survival horror or action, whichever you want. And then, sorry, my nose. Anyways, so you can create a really cool idea where Cthulhu is literally resting, and all these guys, these cult members, are trying to resurrect Cthulhu. And you could create a cosmic thing where Cthulhu actually awoke, and he's so fucking powerful that he bends reality itself. So you even know it's in your head or not. So it makes it even more trippier. But of course, Cthulhu's weakness, it could be anything. You could either destroy his eye, and completely fucked himself over. I don't know. Create some really something cool with it. But yeah, you could create something really nice with it, with his story. But if you want to stay away from H.P. Lovecraft's work, then you can create a film that focus on completely abstract. Don't reveal the monster, and then have the imagination flow. Like the terrible cancerous film Bird Box. That's the one thing they actually succeeded in it. But it's already revealed the monster is like this weird fucking baby zombie, and it looks so weird looking. Because look it up. I won't lie, it looks so stupid. Because it will work in a zombie film, but not in this type of film. Because it wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, whatever. Anywho, and then you can create a film where it's the exact opposite of the Bird Box. In fact, you could create a film where it's focused on the film The Thing, where the creature itself could shapeshift and become anyone, could disguise itself as a person. And after all this time, we still don't know what its true form is, only its variations of forms where it become the sound and look like us. And that's so perfect for The Thing. And it's so perfect for Lovecraftian horror, not just the use of tentacles, but a calling card to the genre, because it gives a good meaning twist to the turn right there. Or you could create a monster that only revealed in the ending, and it's the big bad monster, the one that's causing all this havoc, the one that's causing all this. But create a monster where it's so cool and creative looking, and create a monster where it's like, it's so awe and awesome, you know what I mean? Create a creature where it's like, it's abstract still, because you don't even know what the fuck it even is. Don't explain what it is. Don't give it a weakness at all, actually. But instead, have the characters figure out what is the weakness that they can destroy it. And that's be a genius way to go it. And you can create monsters that are really overpowered, that literally rain down asteroids, that are literally tearing down buildings with the flick of their wrists. You know, you could do cool stuff like that. Like, for instance, a great example is Cloverfield. Cloverfield is one of the most overpowered monsters ever. Right next to Godzilla and right next to King Kong. The reason why I say Cloverfield, because it's still very abstract. We still don't even know what exactly it looked like, because we only see bits of the monster in the middle of the film, and that's perfect because we still don't even know what it is, let alone where it came from, and it still gives a good abstract. And it also has different whole different set of monsters that was on his back the entire time, like the scary ass little bug monsters. Those things are fucking terrifying, because those things are just like, the fact that they're lurking in the darkness. Oh, that's so creepy. That is so terrifying. Let alone the fact that it has a camera, a piece of shit camera that does night vision. And once you see those creatures, you went goosebumping. Like, that is perfect horror. And that's perfect for a monster designs for them too. Sure, their sounds a little bit stupid, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? But also, you could reveal the monster like in 50 seconds scene, where it's literally show Cloverfield like reveal his full self and how big and massive it is, and so huge, and wants to see you. And it just ate your ass, and there you go. That's how you reveal the monster. You can reveal the monster in that quick scene, and it'll make all the better. It'll make it so good, it make it so awesome. Or you could create multiple creatures that has something to do, they're all single of the same thing. So that way there are multiple monsters and multiple designs. Because I like to have a monster that can have multiple like phases, like Tremors for instance, where trimmers have different variations of its aging. And that's fucking cool. That's smart. Because it could be a Grab Boy, it could be the Screechers, it could be the Ass Blaster, and it could be the Baby, you know? It could be all 4 of those variations of aging of the monster. And that's actually fucking cool. And it, you know, that's a great idea. Or you could create a creature that's like a parasite that infect that one guy, and then parasites grow coming out of its body, and you have multiple creatures. And then the creatures, they use these weird stingers and injected you this weird innards of an egg, and so that person, and so those things die out basically, and then you're gonna have a big old, like, that bite mark grow a big old larva, and that larva came out of your skin, and the larva will like grow bigger and bigger and look like an individual of you, and then that creature kills you and by eating you with shit. And that's the full monster of its, like, how it's, like, you know, has birth stages. And so yeah, and you could create really cool creativity with that monster. Yeah, and then or if you want to create a supernatural movie, which I don't see anything why, because honestly, there's nothing really new and interesting with it. But you could create a really cool design of the idea of the supernatural. Like, create, like, where the ghosts aren't really exactly what we all thought it was. Create ghosts where, like, they bend reality like Grave Encounters. That's so fucking good. Or you can create a film where it's very abstract. Like, it keeps you in mystery. It keeps you guessing. Like, is it like a ghost movie, or this is you know, or it's not even haunted at all? I don't know. You don't know. It creates a great genre of that. A great example is of course The Last Exorcism. The Last Exorcism is great, not only because of its characters, but its story. It keeps us a good mystery. It keeps us guessing. That, is this girl possessed, or is she not? Is she just a traumatized little girl? And then, you know, she had these backlash, you know, traumas that she gets from everyone. You know what I mean? Give good mysteries behind it, and give good, like, abstract of it. So, because it's perfect. It's genius. It's a genius idea. But, hey, whatever. Anywho, so basically, right after, like, and because the ending of the film, which I hate, is literally, it's revealed, oh, she's pregnant. She's pregnant with a demon. Yep. And then she's actually pretend. Oh, well. And it's just like, bro, that's not how I would do it, though. Because if I was a director, I will have all the cult members will still be the same, except they are the ones who rape this. They're the ones who violate her. Holy fuck, would that be so good? Like, the whole town is no one that they should be trusted. You know what I mean? That'd be so good. The dad was just the innocent guy. You know what I mean? Oh my god, that'd be so good. And especially the priest and the dad will rescue her. Like, the camera guy, he carries a fucking gun, because that's what I would do in the situations, and just shoot off in the air, and then have all the cults fuck off. Have all the cult members fuck off. And then that way they could have the time where they could set free the daughter and the dad, so they could run away like hell. And it leaves a good climb. It gets a good, like go, you motherfuckers, go! Instead of that stupid ending where they're all been killed off. Like, yeah, but that gives a good, but that would make it a good abstract. A great abstract to it. That doesn't mean they won't die like that. It just won't be that location, though. You know what I mean? Because that'd be really good. and you can have all those specific characters being killed off, and have the dad and the daughter trying to, run away. You know what I mean? And have the daughter carry the camera. Holy shit, that'd be so good. Oh, that'd be so good. Because it'd be hella cool. It'd be so cool. You know what I mean? It'd be so cool. And especially the dad will confront his son that he was working with the cult the entire time. Oh my god, that'd be so good. Oh, that'd be so good. Oh, God. There's good reasons I like to be the director. Because I can create really cool stories and create some fucking good movies. You know what I mean? I can create really awesome flicks. That was so climactic. Oh well. But anyways, yeah, check out The Last Exorcism. The ending is shit, but everything else is perfect. It creates good horror, and its soundtrack is also excellent too. Which, speaking of soundtrack, perfect way to create good suspenseful horror is create good atmospheric soundtrack that's so alien, it's so eerie, it's so unsettling. For instance, a great example is, of course, The Witch. The Witch soundtrack is so perfect for an abstract type soundtrack that's so unsettling. Yeah, The Witch is, it's a thing that we already know what it is, but it's never revealed. In the beginning, where she literally killed a fucking baby and grabbed the chunks and put it over her body, and you're like, oh fuck me. And that's a great intro there. A show that no one's really safe when this witch lives. You know what I mean? And that's perfect way of oh no, no one's really safe. And that's really awful. And you're really hoping that this witch does not, do this again to the other children. And of course it did in the ending. But we never see what happened to the twins, though. So we only see what happened to all its cattle. So, hey. So, break time. Alright, I'm back. So, the great good soundtrack is to create something that is very eerie and create something that's very alien compared to the creature